My name is Chadwimon and I'm going to cover the marketing strategy. The market and competitive force dictate our price. With this strategy, we seek to position our product as more expensive than our competitors because we produce high quality and high feature product. Look like our average price projection of year 5 were not that much difference. In comparing our projected number and the actual number of year 6, the variance were larger than in year 5. So to compete with our competitor, we have decided to lower our price. In comparison with our sales, we had a major variance for year 5 and year 6. Women Essential Incorporated unit sale had large change and were not really close to our expectation due to our low advertising expense and the highest price. We were supposed to have 15 to 40% higher in unit sales, which caused our sales were unlikely match with their projected sales number, especially in America to show large declining unit sales between actual and the projected. According from our plan, advertising strategy for year 5 and 6 will be average to reach our potential customer and retain our loyal customer. We plan to increase our advertising to help boost up the sale for all locations. In year 5, the actual average advertising expenditure went down by 4% in all areas due to the fact that our projected net income become negative. In year 6, we also have achieved our plan in advertising spending due to desire to increase the net income. Salary and commission. In year 5, the number of actual matched the number of the projected. We offer base salary at 3,465 and this salary increase at annual rate of approximately 5% from year 4. In year 6, Women Essential Incorporated established reduction strategy to avoid negative net income. In year 6, the number of actual has small variance from the number of projected. So instead of increased salary by 5%, we reduce it to 3%. In comparing projected and actual of commission rate of year 5, the number were not much difference. In actual of year 5, the average commission went down by 2 cents per unit. In the actual number of year 6, the average commission went up by 15% from year 5. Our management team have decided to increase commission rate to have greater incentive for our employee and made an attempt to sustain the number of salespeople that we need throughout the year of our operation. Number of salespeople. Women Essential Incorporated made an attempt to sustain the number of salespeople within the range of 19 to 22 throughout the year of our operation. Since we have had a negative net income for many quarters, we want to prevent having a negative net income by not hiring that much people, because training and hiring shows to be the biggest expense in our income statement. Also due to the lower sales unit than we expected, since our quarterly forecasted sales have changed over time. In year 5 and 6, we have a lower number of salespeople than we projected.
Decision-making process. Women's Essential Incorporation is run by 6 female executives. These executives are all educated and experienced in the business field. Though coming to a consensus has been difficult at times, considering we are all females under one roof, we established a routine to make decision-making effortless. When the establishment was founded, minutes were created to have a few ground rules. These ground rules consisted of the following. When one is not feeling good, they take a day off. When one is feeling cranky, they take a day off. When an argument is about to arise, we leave the decision on the table and walk away for the day. We establish one another's strengths and weaknesses for efficiency. We use these strengths and weaknesses to our advantage for everyone to know what they are responsible for, and most importantly, to have fun. These tactics have been an essential tool for our team of executives. Following protocol has allowed us to understand one another and make communication seamless. Though these decisions were large decisions that impacted our business both positively and negatively, we feel that our communication has made it that much more interesting to interact with one another on a weekly basis. While we saw, heard, and identified other companies having issues with one another, our strategy has been envied amongst other groups. Whether or not this establishment is able to carry its weight, it's carried a friendship and partnership that can be carried on for a lifetime. When faced with challenges where an agreement was not met, every individual gave their insight to their decisions and the factors that influenced their decision. Based on these influences, we would take a look at the pros and cons and come up with a final decision. Our tactics have allowed us to keep a fair advantage to everyone in our team. The following is a SWOT analysis of our company. Some of the strengths would be the following: forward-thinking CEO. Spending large funds in research and development has given Women's Essential Incorporated the opportunity to create designs most desirable to females. Having the production plant in Sereno gives Women's Essential Incorporated less production costs, allowing them to have more money for other business needs. Women's Essential Incorporated has expanded internationally to Sereno, both producing and selling to buyers and consumers to Sereno. The product being produced has slowly increased in quality and featured to be more desirable and competitive to the market. The following are some of the weaknesses in the organization. Currently, Women's Essential Incorporated is limited to one type of product. There are several competitors in the market, which means customers have a lot of options and choices, and brand switching is high. Women's Essentials Incorporated has a lack of employees in executive positions that have had educational experience in finance and marketing. The following are the opportunities of the organization. Women's Essentials Incorporated needs to have joint ventures and partnership with companies because they are fairly new compared to those corporations in the market. Only one type of product can cause the consumer to shop from a store with more products to be a one-stop shop. Women's Essentials Incorporated needs to expand their products. With the leading company expanding globally, Women's Essentials Incorporated needs to also expand globally. There are many opportunities overseas with feminine products. In order to keep up with the market, Women's Essentials Incorporated needs to have loyalty programs, promotions, and coupons to drive more consumers. With the leading consumers using the web as a form of buying, using social networks to drive business would be beneficial to the company. Expand products to include price and product variation. The following are some of the threats of the organization. An economic downturn will have massive effects on Women's Essentials Incorporated due to the large drop in sales. The competition of Victoria's Secret and Fredericks is large enough to damage sales. Preference for product, brand, or style may change in the market. Women's Essentials has to keep up with the newest trends in order to not have threat of preference. Since the industry is high fragmented, brand loyalty is typically low. There are competitors with lower prices that draw our lower income consumers.